Hi everyone, this is Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is for the week ending March 14th of 2021 and the stock was PRTY, I believe that's Party City. This trade happened on Friday the 12th. The stock actually was based on a gap carry, which was from Thursday. It doesn't say that in the strategy because it doesn't fit, but it was a gap carry and then a 60-minute DTS sell setup as the concept on Friday, entry on a 1-minute DTS buy setup failure. The management was advanced and the reward to risk about 2.3 to 1. Before we look at this trade, let's take a look at the free stuff this week at DTS. This is a little bit of a different week this week. We're going to have an invitation to all the DTS members for Monday through Wednesday for the pre-market prep. What this is all about is DTS is now 3.5 years old. It started in August. In the first 2 years, I had open houses for the DTS Trading Room. The last one we had was a huge event. A lot of people showed up and it was wonderful. They were very courteous and kind, but it is a little bit disruptive to the trading room members. So I thought this year, before offering an open house, I would first offer a pre-market prep invite. This will be your opportunity to come join us from 8:45 to 9:25 for Monday through Wednesday of next week. That would be the 15th, 16th, and 17th. You should have already received an email and you will receive another invite Sunday night tonight, as well as Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday morning. If you're available to join us, that'll be great. You can listen as we go through and take the watch list and combine them and synthesize them and come up with a plan for the day. At 8:25 then, the DTS Trading Room members will be going to the DTS Trading Room to carry on the day. I normally start at 9 o'clock for a normal day in the room, and then at 9:30 we start the trading day, of course, when the market opens. For this 3 days, I'll be starting at 8:45, so we have a little extra time so I can explain things a little bit slower, and then it'll end at 9:25 when all the guests will be asked to leave and the DTS Trading Room members will continue on with their trading day. If you have any questions, feel free to email, but you should get your invites. And if you're not a DTS member, if you're hearing this on YouTube or something, hop on over to the DTS website and sign up to become a free member. This is the daily chart of PRTY. There were several good trades this week. This one was a favorite because the gap carry strategy is probably one of my favorites. There are a lot of things you can do with gaps, and a lot of them are tradable first thing in the morning. Some of them are tradable in the afternoon, and some you actually carry on for a couple days. The way I teach things strategically is not to have just a cookie cutter concept that's a strategy entry all rolled into one. Rather, I look for certain pictures of power that are created that are the basis for the stock or equity or forex pair or whatever to have a reason to be moving in a certain direction. This is where you get nice moves and more precise entries. And then I need to find a strategic concept for entry and then the exact entry criteria. So it's kind of a three-part process in a sense. This is what the stock looked like on Thursday. I actually traded it Thursday on this gap down day. It made the whole day's goal. It was nice, but I really like the concept of the carry the next day. So the next day, the stock had gapped up a little bit, and then at the end of the day, it fell nicely like that. I want you to note this bottoming tail over here on this particular day, because that ended up being used as the target on a walk away for the back half of this. Note also that the gap this day was a fairly powerful gap. It may have the stock even continuing lower, although this is a key support area, so it won't be clear on Monday or Tuesday of next week. This is the 60-minute chart. It doesn't show a whole lot here other than the stock is going to gap up. It stays underneath that hourly pivot, and given the bearish gap the day before, that means the odds are it's going to fall. There's what a stock looked like at the end of the day. I took a cheap target on this, but the second target actually got the low of the day. It actually only went 1 penny lower than my target. Here's the 5-minute chart that gives you a little better view of the entire trade. I end up entering right in there, which is not my typical entry for something like this, and it's something we're actually going to have a discussion about probably when we have the seminar program practical application and review day this week, because it was a great discussion about what the entry should be on this one. I typically would be entering higher up in here somewhere. I chose to wait on this one for some reasons I'll get into when we have that meeting, but I ended up waiting for more weakness on this. And you can't see the entry that great on the 5-minute chart. You'll see it on the next slide. And target 1, I just took a cheap target here, and at the time that this bar came back and rallied, I was kind of glad I did because I wasn't sure it was going to keep dropping. And then I walked away on the second target. The second target I picked down there was actually at 632, and I walked away. I came back, the stock had already bounced, but I got my target at 632. The stock went as low as 631, so it was a nice target, and that was based off that daily chart bottoming tail that I showed you a couple slides back. Here's a little more detail on the 1 minute chart, and I actually waited for the failure of this buy setup right in here. Not normally waiting that long, not my style, but on this case here, because of the setup, because of where we were, and I didn't get the original entry off the top, I decided to wait until there. I did use a little bit snugger stop, just using the prior pivot up in there, which worked out just fine. And then of course target 1 was right there on a trail as it kind of puked after the entry. And then target 2 you don't see on this chart because it's at 632 and it happened later in the afternoon off the 1 minute chart here. The DTS Trading Room, if you like trades like this that are not hyper scalping type of trades, but rather trades where I actually like to walk away for the afternoon in some cases and to take some larger targets, even though I have some pretty tight entries on some of these, come join us in the DTS Trading Room. You can hop on over to the DTS website at disciplinedtradingstrategies.com and figure out how to join us in the DTS Trading Room if you're interested. If you have any questions, you can always email me, Paul at disciplinedtradingstrategies.com. Have a great day, everybody. Until next time, this is Paul. Good trading, everybody.